What's up everybody, welcome back to the YouTube channel. In today's video, we're actually doing a movie review. That's right guys, last night I went to go see Tron Ares and I was caught off guard. I'm not gonna lie, I went into this movie not that interested. With Jared Leto, I kind of don't really like his movies because they usually flop. Well, at least I know him off of Suicide Squad and Morbius. And I was coming in here, I was like, oh god, it's probably gonna be one of those movies. I'm just here for the music and the visuals, so I'm not really gonna mind the acting or the story. And I did that. So for the visuals and the music, dude, I was loving it. I was bumping my head. Shout out to them. You know what I'm saying? They did an amazing job. I really felt immersed. Dude, I loved the grid. The grid was so tough. The visuals, it reminded me of like the Tron Legacy movie. And that's one thing I do gotta say. I am more disappointed in some of the cameos that were in the movie. We're gonna be talking about that more in the end of the closer to the end of the video. I'm gonna have a spoiler warning to let you guys know when I'm about to start talking about spoilers. But this is spoiler free. You know what I'm saying? No spoilers. Okay, so Tron Ares is basically a movie about two corporations trying to find trying to use the grid for their own little versions. They're both trying to, change the world. It's just one's doing it one way than the other. And what I mean is the Kim character, she's like the CEO of one of them, and the way she's trying to use is to bring and materialize trees and other stuff that could help humanity. And the other one, I forgot his name, but he ends up being more like a military person. So they both of the companies have a laser that they use to create like 3D painting. You know how like it takes time? Well, they have lasers that like bring them out of the grid into the world, and that's what they use to bring out the Tron military side, like Ares, Jared Leto's character. He's materialized there, but they only have 29 minutes because they don't have the perfect code. And that's where the movie takes place. Ares becomes sentient, and he kind of has this moment with the Kim character because he has to capture her, and then they bring her into the grid, and the whole movie is basically like Pinocchio. He's trying to become a real boy, and the movie just kind of flows like that. And this was one of the things I was kind of having. That's when I started noticing a little problems with it, was when it came down to the story. Now, like I read reviews before I went to go see it because I did want to be like, okay, is it even worth spending my money on it? And that's why I only cared about the visuals and music, And the story, yeah, I could see the story. It was a little like not underwhelming. It was like alright, in my opinion. Like there was certain scenes where I'm like, okay, I get this is happening. I get why, but could she really do that? Could this person, with all the technology, yes, she may be smart, and all these people could, know how to hack, but would they know how to use Tron technology? You know what I'm saying? Like I was just questioning that, and then how quickly the two characters were moving, the main character and the Kim girl, how fast their relationship was kind of moving. It was like they trust each other too, like it's like too early. I feel like they trusted themselves too easily. There you go. And the AIs too, I know they're programs, and that's why I give them leeway. I'm like, okay, they've never been, you gotta understand, they've never been to this world, so they probably don't know any shortcuts. Because like there's a scene where like they're racing, not racing, but like they're going after the Kim girl on the bikes. They have like the lasers from GTA and Tron movies. And when I was watching that scene, like the Kim girl, she was taking shortcuts. They weren't, and that's why I was like, okay, that makes sense. This is the first time the program is, Ares and and Athena, the two programs are from the grid, are now in the real world. It makes sense why they're only going through the roads, because that's probably the only thing is like a GPS with AI. They don't know how to take shortcuts. And that's what I was giving a leeway, because it's like I get the AI would be dumb, since it's like learning every second how to move in the real world. But after that, it's just kind of like, would the AI really do this? Because I know Ares, I know he's supposed to start feeling stuff, but I feel like he was moving way too quickly, and he was sounding too human in some parts. But hey, that's just a complaint of me. I like to nitpick here and there, because outside of that, like, I'm just being really critical of the story, because that's probably the weakest. I don't really have much to say about the music. I love the music, dude. Every time it would come on, dude, I loved it. I was just bumping my head. I do wish we got to see more of the grid. I think it was good enough amount of times. I just wish we would spend it in the grid instead of out in the real world, because there was some scenes where it was just like, I get it was realistic. There was a few cars while there was having like a whole chase scene, but it just made it feel so like I don't know, man. I don't really want to be here in the real world. I want to see the grid. That's what I want. The movie did catch me off guard. The ending. I picked up some of the references that were going through the movie. Not all of them, so I gotta watch a breakdown after this video. The movie did catch me off guard. I'm not gonna lie. I think this might have saved Jared Leto's reputation as an actor, and his reputation in general. Because, like I said, I wasn't too excited when he was connected to the Tron movie, but when I went to watch it, I was like, okay, I can get behind this. I can definitely see a sequel coming out of this one. But I do wish the one actor from Tron Legacy showed up, dude. I really wished they were like the main character. They made a sequel to that movie. Cause oh man, I miss him. I forgot his name. I'm gonna rewatch it though. I'm gonna rewatch all that movie, cause I miss that movie so much. The characters, they were surprisingly alright. There was times where like the comedy was like, I don't really want to. No, can we just skip to the point? And I feel like for me, I don't know. This is like a movie that I'd low-key watch at home. There's no other movies, I watch that. I'm like, oh, there's Tron Ares. Sure, let's watch it. Boom, we got it playing. I'm out here doing the dishes, I'm fixing my room or something, and the movie's playing, and I'm occasionally like paying attention. That's the type of movie I'd watch it. Now, is that necessarily bad? No, that's not necessarily bad. I'm just saying that's the type of way I would watch. Like, that was the type of feeling I was getting out of the movie. You know what I'm saying? The movie was entertaining enough. It did not feel 2 hours. It kind of did. There was a point where in the movie where I was like, okay, can we see Ares again? Like, can we please skip the human side, and can we actually, see what's going on in the grid? I know it's gonna, this part is a little boring. I'm not gonna lie, it was boring. But outside of that, the fights were good. I liked them. There was, I found them a little bit clanky here and there, but it was cool and all. The music, I'm telling you, the music elevated everything. But yeah, I don't think I have much bad things to say outside of the story was weak. It was like a regular Disney movie, you know what I'm saying? The acting was alright. I like the Kim girl though, that's all I gotta say. If I was to rate this movie, I'd definitely rate it a 7 out of 10. If I was to recommend this movie, I'd recommend you watch it at home. I'm not gonna lie. I recommend you guys watch this at home. When it comes to streaming, you guys can just put it on the TV. Like, it's not bad. It's just that type of movie, you know what I'm saying? There's movies that are good that you watch at home. So like, I'm not fully hating on it, but it's like an alright movie to me. If I was still to compare, Tron Legacy and this one, I think they might be tied if I rewatch Tron Legacy, because I'm only going based off nostalgia and what I remember. But yeah, that is my opinion. I like the movie. It was enjoyable. It wasn't that bad, and I hope we get to see more of Tron. It brought me back to wanting to be in that world. And yeah, quick intermission. Sorry guys, but we are so close to 1,000 subscribers, and I really want to be able to reach it. So I thought, if we can get to 1,000 subscribers, I will shave my head. That's right guys. So if you guys want to see that, make sure you guys subscribe. Anyways, back to the video. We're gonna be moving on to the spoiler section. That's right guys. You guys have 30 seconds or until I stop talking to leave the video if you guys haven't watched the Tron Ares, or if you guys don't care and you do want to hear what I gotta say with spoilers, then you know what I'm saying, stay here for it. Alright, now we are full spoiler talk. Okay, let's talk about Jared Leto's character. Now, Jared Leto's character, I found it intrigued, but it was like, I don't know what they were going with when Kim and him were in the elevator, and she was like, "Oh, that's my boyfriend." I'm gonna keep it a buck. Some of the dialogue, it shut off. I was not hearing what they were saying. I mean, the music was loud, but in a good way, that I didn't really care what the person was saying. And then, like I said earlier with the Kim, it was a scene where she began to drive one of the motorcycles. I was so confused on how she can do that, if she's never been in the grid before. So that was like really confusing to me. Maybe that's just because I was looking at it a bit realistic, even though cars from a video game on the real world isn't really realistic. I know. I don't know what that was going there. I did like the story where like both of them were trying to compete to make the world a better place. It was just in different ways. I did like that, and the cliffhanger at the ending with one of the CEOs, how he became like a little samurai. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. I can't wait. I can tell that they're gonna make a second one. Oh, yeah, and to talk about the cameos, I really wish there were more Tron Legacy cameos. At the end of the movie, when Jared Leto's holding the pictures, I did notice that that was the one from Tron Legacy. I didn't really notice much of the older movie because I never watched it, and I don't plan on to. Um, but I really wish there were more Tron Legacy cameos. I did see some like where they came out, where Tron Ares came out of, when once he became the permanent, he got the permanent code. That was part of the Tron Legacy movie, if I'm right. And also with the picture again. And I do wish the that actor from Tron Legacy was back, man. That's one of the only complaints I really had, but that's more like a preference. So it's not really a complaint. But yeah, that's really much it. I don't really have anything else to say. It was just like an alright movie where I can't really like complain much, because it was just like it was able to turn my brain off and not really care about the story. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed, make sure you guys drop a like and subscribe. And yeah, you guys let me know what you guys thought about this in the comments below. And I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.